divide it up into 10 pieces, right? That's always your denominator. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to shade 6 squares. Let's put them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's shade 6 squares. Yeah, do it like I did. Or, well, you don't have to. You can do how you want to do it. All right? Do how you long you shade 6 of them. Do how you want to do it. Now, how much is that fraction worth now? Thank you. 6/10. Now, fractions have to be in their most simple form. Simple form means that you got the same amount, but it's represented by smaller numbers. All right? The numbers are smaller, but it represents the same amount. Somebody real smart in the calculator, put 6 divided by 10. Tell me what you get.
6 divided by 10?
Yeah.
60.
6 divided by 10. There you go. 0.6. We need a fraction that has smaller numbers that is still 0.6. So what I want you to do now, you can't do this, but I want you to watch me. All right? I want you to watch me. How much is that now?
3/5.
Shaw, you agree?
Yeah.
That's 3 over how many pieces you have in all?
5.
5 pieces. 3/5 represent a reduced fraction than 6/10. Somebody real smart. Put 3 divided by 5 in the calculator. Tell me what you get. 0.6. 6/10 is the same thing as 3/5. It's called a reduced fraction. They represent the same amount, but you have smaller numbers. That's the lesson for today. So, for instance, if I said I'm going to give you 5 out of 10 of your checks, that's the same thing as saying 1/2, correct? Because what's half of 10? 5, right? Even though 5/10 has larger numbers, it don't mean you get more of your money. You still only getting how much? A half, right? So the lesson for today is called simplifying fractions. Simplifying fractions. Get all the notes you can today. You'll use this on Wednesday too. Simplifying fractions. Simplifying fractions simply mean smaller numbers that represent the same amount. All right. Because in fractions, they must be in the most simplified form, or some people say reduced. All right. Simplified and reduced fraction mean the same thing. Don't tell me you're going to give me 10 out of 20. Just say half of my money. All right. You have 4 rules for this. Real short and to the point. You have 4 rules. Or steps. We'll say steps today. Step 1. Factor everything. I better stop saying it like that because I spell it like that. Factor everything. All right? Let's go and get the rules out the way. Step 2. Divide out the common factors. Divide out the common factors. This is what I mean by that. If you got some factors at the top that matches some factors at the bottom, they don't have to be right underneath, but they have to be at the bottom. You can cross them out. All right? So it's real simple. And let me show, anytime you divide something, it changes to 1. Because what's 4 over 4? What's 2 over 2? What's 9 over 9? So if you cross out anything at the top and the bottom, even though most times you don't write it, that is a 1. I want you to do that today. When we do that part, I want you to do that today. All right? Let's go into step 3. Step 3 is to... Oh, we only have 3 steps for this. That's fine. That's cool. Multiply the leftover factors. Multiply the leftover factors. All right, this is what I mean by that. If you got a 5 and a 3 left on top and a 2 and a 7 left at the bottom, don't multiply everything. The 2 numerators, oh, that's too much. The 2 numerators will give you an answer, and the 2 denominators will give you an answer. So this answer, if that's what the problem, left over will be 15 over what? 14. All right, only 3 steps to do, and we'll be in the game. And we can move on to the next step. All right, let's start it off. If you had a problem and it said, I don't want to do that one. Let's do 28 over 46. All right, 28 over 46. Rule 1 says do what? Factor everything. So you come to the side, and we do the stuff that we did on Wednesday. We start breaking down 28. Remember, if you don't know how to, if you have the timetable chart, don't want to use it, but you got your calculator, what numbers do you start breaking down 28 with? You remember, Shaw? You start 2. You can start with a 2, 3, 5, what else? 7. That's right. So those are your what? Start with the prime number. So if you're going to start with 2, all right, what's 28 divided by 2? How we get our missing factor? 14. All right, try it out if need be. 28 divided by 2, you should have got 14. Are we done? No. What's wrong? 14 can be broken down again. So we're going to break down 14, and we try a prime number. Try 2. 14 divided by 2, what's the missing factor? 7. Are we done? Yes. We're done because everything down here is what kind of numbers? Prime numbers. We're going to scratch out this 14 because we can't use it, right? So where it says 28, we got 2 2s and a what? And a 7. All right? Let's break down 46 now. 46. All right? You can always start with 2 if you want to. All right? 2 and what?
2 and 23.
2. So 46 divided by 2 gave us 23. All right? Are we done?
Yeah.
23 is one of our what numbers? If you don't know what your prime number, I'm going to give them to you again. Look, if you remember, your prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 21, no, 23, 29. No, because 21 is sometimes something. Right. So if you don't know, those are the numbers we're trying to divide by. If you get a decimal, it don't work. All right, so for 46, we put just 2 and 23. So we factored everything. That's what step 1 looks like. Step 2 says divide out any factors you have in the common at the top and the bottom. What factors do you recognize you have in the common at the top and the bottom? So I see a 2 here. Can only cross out one of the 2s down here. What else? Because you can't call that a 2 because that 2 is engaged, right? That 2 is a what? That's 23. So you can't say that's a 2, correct? All right. Now, so they have nothing else in common. Now remember, put a little 1 there just for what we're doing. It'll come into use later. Now, it says multiply the leftover factors. What factors are left over at the top of this problem? So what's 2 times 7? 14. You see it, Shaw? I know you'll tell me. All right. What's left at the bottom? Just 1 times what?
3.
Which is what? Oh, you multiply.
23.
Yeah. That's the end of the problem. That's the end of the problem. That's all this is. That's all this is. All right. Let's try it again. Let's try. That's what I'm talking about. Be so good at it, you're bored. All right. Here we go. Let's try 90 over 105. All right. We're doing what we did on Wednesday and applying to what we got today. Now there's 3 different ways I know to break down 90. And it's still right. 5 times 2? 5 times something. And remember, if you don't know, start at 2. 2 going into. If you don't know, somebody with me. 90 divided by 2 gave us what?
45.
Yeah, you can use that. Can't see it? Can't see it? You can't see the board? Come on up, man. What they got to do with you sitting down, man? You like you standing up presenting. She's too shy to sit down. Oh, I got to put 43. Hold on. 45. Man, you better get what you can see, baby. All right. So we use 2. And again, if you don't know any number to start off, start with the prime number. If you try to put 45 divided by 2, it won't work. Why? What'd you get in the calculator? What's 45 divided by 2? You get a decimal. So that won't work. So try 3. I bet you it worked. 3 and 15. Now I would have did 9 and 5, but that's cool. You'll still get there. 3 and 15. It don't matter how you start as long as you break them down correctly. And we all know that 15 is what times what? Okay, maybe we all don't know. Oh, okay, I got scared. All right, 5 times 3. All right? And remember, anytime you break down a number, you can't use it anymore. So cross it out. And you have the prime. I don't care what you use. At the end of the day, you'll have a 2, 2 3s, and a 5. I don't care what you use. 9 and 10. What's that? 3 and 30. You get the same thing. 5 and 18, you'll still get the same thing. All right? And we do the same thing to 105. Same thing to 105. I'll come over here. I'll give you a hint. 2 won't work. That'll give a decimal. But 3 sure will. Anybody know what we got for 105 when we divide by 3? Because you could have used 5. What you got? Yeah, you use 5 and 21. You still gonna get a 3, a 5, and a 7. You still gonna get a 3, a 5, and a 7. That's step 2. Well, that's step 1, factoring everything. We factored everything. All right? We factored everything. Now, we divide out the common factors. What factors you seeing common in both the numerator and denominator? All right? I see a 5 here and a 5 here. And I see a 3 here and a 3 here. They do not have to be directly above each other. The only requirement, top versus bottom. That's it. All right, and then make sure you put the little 1 to show that they divided out, because you'll need it. Not on this problem, but you will. All right, somebody real smart, tell me what the numerator is now. So 2 times 3 is 6, and at the bottom what we got? Because 1 times 7 is 7. Now, I want you to practice now.